Hello, my lovely family and friends, and warm welcome back to my channel. I hope we are all doing great by God's grace. So today we are breaking down two essentials in Ghanaian cooking: corn dough and Banku mix. What's the difference? How do you use them? And which one is best for your next meal? Cocoa pampa, like the one you see here, amazing, great. Or kenke, yeah, gankome, ana dokono, ana otim, and yeah, papa ni bio, the best one. Or our beloved Banku. Oh, we can't go without Banku and Pepe. Banku and okro. Banku and bibia upebia, Banku and katinkwa. It goes with everything. So today, I'm going to show you an updated version of these recipes. So let's get into it. For today's recipes, we are going to be using some... so we are using already made corn dough. That's what I call cultures. Then we'll be using maize meals. We're going to be using two types, okay? The yellow one and the white one, right? I will explain to you later. And this is how it looks like, right? So today's recipe is an updated version. I have a very detailed corn dough, Banku mix, cassava dough on my channel. But today's one was inspired by a subscriber who came back to say that I followed your recipe to the T, but it's still not coming together for me. So I decided to do the same to see, okay? So today I'm going to be showing how you can get your perfect corn dough and Banku mix. So for the corn dough, we are using what I call cultures, okay? So cultures are specific types of bacteria that ferment. Like in the case of yogurt, it will ferment the milk. So I'm using already fermented corn dough to add to my maize meal or corn meal to help it ferment to the level that I want. Just that is me, my chemistry. My own one. Nobody taught me this one. This one, whether it works or not. So the proper chemist for no come and comment and tell me, say what I'm doing doesn't make sense. But to me, it makes sense to me. That's the most important, right? The reason we adding the yellow maize meal is to give it the color, because as you can see, the white one is too white. I think they remove the skin before they grind it. But back home in Ghana, the ones we use has a skin on it, and the color is off-white. It's like cream color. It's not white. So just to achieve that color, we try to add yellow corn meal to it to give it that effect, okay? So I've mixed everything together like that, and I'm going to put it in my container to let it ferment for 3 days. That is the most when you're in a very hot climate like Ghana. But when you are where I am, for a week, it hasn't fermented because it is cold. So I'm going to sort of like pack it in. You want to press it to pack it in so that whatever heat, okay, that is generated in it can be contained there to help it ferment. The scientific process there, or the scientific explanation there, is all about the lactic acid bacteria, okay, that will multiply, to produce the lactic acid to give it the fermentation. What do I say? Small chemistry. Okay, so the next one, we're going to be making the Banku mix, right? We'll be needing some cassava, right? So depending on where you are, if you're in Ghana, you get proper cassava, then you can peel it and use it. But where I am, I buy frozen cassava. So they come in different packaging because they are different producers, right? So you blend everything, okay? I'm going to be writing down the quantities I used, and just the same as the corn dough, I'm mixing some yellow corn meal to it. So we're using just the fresh cassava and adding in our corn meal and mix it together. So for the proportions, usually when I'm making my Banku mix, I do 50-50 because that's how I want my Banku. 50% cassava, 50% corn or maize. So depending on some people, they like 70-30. Some people, they like 80-30. So either way, could be 80 cassava, 80, whatever you think, how you like it, okay? So here's where I'm adding in my white corn meal. This is so white, it's unbelievable. Just a but trust me, it's going to turn out very good. is going to turn out very good because I mastered this, right? It's not just all about mixing it as you see me do. There's another step which I'm going to show you. And if you are in the diaspora or if you're not in Ghana, outside Ghana, and you're craving the best cassava dough, the best corn dough, the best banku mix, you are at the right place, because this is a bomb. It came out so well. Okay, and you're going to love it. So if you're wondering, corn dough is made from fermented ground corn. It's smooth, tangy, and forms the base for many Ghanaian dishes like banku, kenke, cocoa, etel, and so forth. It takes time to ferment depending on whichever part of the world you are, because it is the weather that helps with the fermentation. But trust me, the flavor that it gives after the fermentation is top tier. You'll love it. And Banku mix also usually combines fermented corn dough and cassava dough, blended and sometimes pre-dried or in a powder form. I have Banku mix powdered form on my channel. I will link it for you. And it's designed to make cooking Banku quicker and easier. Okay, so that's what we are making right now. I'm also trying to cover it with my cling film or surround wrap and then covering it. So it was 3 days, I think it was 3 or 4 days time. And I came in to check my corn dough. And I'm like, this is not corn dough. It looks like corn dough. But when I bring it closer, you realize that this is not corn dough. Look at it. All the particles here, it did not combine to my liking. So I came in to blend it. Okay? So came in to blend. That's why I said, just take your time. I got you, because I got the recipe right. I blended it. I thought of it initially, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just try it this way and see, right? So I blended it, and now look at how smooth it has become, and look at how thick. It has become smooth and thick and creamy. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Creamy. Okay. So now, next thing we're going to be doing is going to be letting it ferment further by pouring it into. So what the things you're going to be needing is, if you have a nutmeg bag, cheesecloth, some kotoku, even some sack, this can do. Wash it nicely, or grey baft. That fabric we used to use at JSS to do our needlework. Yes, nicely, and pour it in and let it sit in something like a sonielistic thing. So colander, where it can drain. Okay, so here, this is me showing you that when you drain it, you can get this starchy thing, which you can dry to make cornstarch for your meals. Okay, and this is how it came out. It doesn't take long. I was going to let it sit for 3 days. By the following day, less than 24 hours, the dough had set. Look at how it looks like. So after blending it, pour it into one of these materials I've told you. Grey bafts, cheesecloth, and all those things. And look at it. I came back, and because I didn't let it drain for longer, the water that was in it had surfaced. So all that I had to do was to pour it out, and also it stopped that yeast-like film on top, on the edge, the thing that shows it has fermented. It stopped it from forming on top of my dough. So all that I had to do is to scrape a little bit of things that didn't look right off, and that was it. And look at the corn dough, the smell, it's just incredible. It's fermented so well, and I was so impressed with the outcome of this. I did the same thing for the mix, and this is the outcome. Look at it. This one put nothing even formed on top, and just a little bit of water came. So what I'm going to be doing is to use my tissue to soak up the water, and then that is it. I'm going to, you see, there's nothing on top. It's just covering it with the cling film. That's really helped. And as you can see, look, you see the color has come. Perfect. And this is how I bag it. So I put it in normal bags and I freeze it. Anytime I need it, I just pick it up. So if you're making kenke, please stick with pure corn dough. But for banku, you can use either the fermented dough or banku mix, okay? And if you are in a hurry, banku mix saves time without losing the taste. It's amazing. So now that you know the difference, which one will you try next? Drop a comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe for more Ghanaian food breakdowns and delicious recipe. Thank you, and I'll see you in the very next one. Bye.